guys, welcome back on Harmonia. My name is Anna and I'm here today on Alma Terra Conscious Resort in Portugal, sharing another body-based healing practice with you to help you overcome anxiety, stress and overwhelm. So today I want to share a breathing practice with you that is called the box breathing technique, because we are going to envision a box as we breathe, and this technique is very useful to help you regulate your nervous system if you find yourself in a survival mode response. So if you're in fight, flight or freeze, I'll get to this in just a little bit, and it helps you calm down your nervous system and enables you to get out of, for example, a response that is my default response is the freeze response. And so these techniques really help to get back to the present moment, come back into your body and get on with your life, get back into, let's say, normal, functional, healthy, aligned, grounded action and way of living. So just to talk a little bit about our nervous system and how it works, if you're not very familiar with it. Our ancestors, they had a different way of life. They had to hunt for their food and they were themselves prey to other animals. And so what happened is that when they found themselves in dangerous situations, their nervous system reacted. They either fled, ran away, they either fought for their life, or another response is the freeze response. And the freeze response, you can see it, for example, if you have a cat and your cat likes to hunt mice, you might maybe sometimes see that the mouse feigns, it pretends to be dead, so that the cat loses interest. And then all of a sudden, you might actually think when you see that mouse that it is dead, but all of a sudden it will carefully open its eyes, and when it feels safe it will run away, and actually it's not dead at all. So this is kind of the freeze response. Other animals do this too, antelopes when they're hunted by lions. It's actually a response of our nervous system that is there to protect us, because it helps us and it may help us to survive. So the thing is that we sometimes are in dangerous situations, like, I don't know, a car accident or walking on the street and a car comes and we might get run over. So that's an actual real threat. But most of the time, what we live in is our perceived threats. So, a perceived threat can be an argument, speaking in front of many people, going on stage, doing a live video, such things in our today modern world. So just so you understand a little bit what happens in the body when we have these stress responses, when we perceive, stress, danger, is that, first of all, it activates the amygdala, which is a part in our brain responsible for emotions such as fear and anger. And then from there, the amygdala signals that to the hypothalamus. Then the hypothalamus activates our autonomous nervous system, which is in charge of regulating all of these responsive, regulating our bodily functions also. And so the autonomous nervous system is going to signal to the adrenal glands. They will begin secreting hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, and these hormones then are going to cause, for example, sweating, accelerated heart rate, trembling, things like that. When you get hot and you get red, and these kind of bodily responses. The thing is, when you freeze, which is my go-to response, and it has been so for pretty much 15 years before I actually understood what this was all about and what was happening and why I was reacting this way. When you freeze, your bodily functions kind of stay the same, like you don't have necessarily an accelerated heart rate and all of that, because what your body does is, like the mouse, remember, it goes into shutdown mode. It goes into, oh my God, don't move, I'm going to do as little as I can, your body, to just stay alive. And let's wait this out. And so what happens is, for example, you might feel like you're unable to move, like you're sometimes, to me, this can happen when I'm sitting at the computer and working, or if I had a really tough day and I get home and I get on my couch. Then what happens is that I feel like I'm stuck. I'm kind of stuck on this chair, at my desk, or stuck on the sofa. Like there's this invisible force sucking me into the sofa, and I cannot get up anymore. I have no energy whatsoever to move. I can also feel like I have this brain fog and I'm unable to think clearly. My head gets all fluffy, fuzzy. I have difficulties concentrating. I feel really like a zombie. I get into this kind of apathy state. I have no energy, and I dissociate from my body, so I'm also unable to feel sensations, emotions, what is going on. I just kind of go numb. So that's a little bit what the freeze response can maybe feel like for you. The thing is, these responses are made to protect us, so they're there to help us, you know? So it's actually, you can thank your body to react that way. I know it's hard when you are in those situations and you don't feel good, but it's just a way to help us and protect us. The thing with animals in these kind of high stress, traumatic, situations of life and death, in their case, is that once the threat has passed, the lion went away and left the antelope, or the cat is not interested in the mouse anymore, then you will see them trembling or shaking, and that is the way that they evacuate that stress and those excess hormones and everything that has built up in their body. And then they get on with their life, and that's that. And that there is no more stress in their body, in their life, in their mind. But we oftentimes do not react that way. It would be super healthy. We would shake it off, and that's what somatic experiencing is all about, all these exercises to get it out of your body straight away. But we don't. And so what happens is all of that stress and that trauma gets stored in our body. We keep it all inside. We bundle it up. And then when we find ourselves in situations that are not really threatening, just a little triggering, then it all comes back in this really intense manner, and we overreact. So our response is not actually adapted to our environment anymore. And also what it can do is, if we stay in this constant kind of arousal and stress response, then we might find ourselves in, for example, freeze and on a regular daily basis, when things get a bit tougher, when things get a bit more stressful, when we are more tired, then our body just starts shutting down. So there are obviously many different techniques, to overcome these survival states. Today, as I said, I'm going to share with you one technique that is a deep breathing technique that is called the box breathing. So what this breathing technique does is it helps us shift our attention away from the stress, the problem, and back into our body through our breath. And so you will get out of this overthinking, uncertainty, anxiety mode and dramatic scenarios that we might make up in those situations, and just come back to the present moment and ground yourself. It's a way to, regain control over your body again, and therefore control over your life, and a way to get out of freeze response, which makes you feel really not empowered at all. You feel weak, and you feel like you are unable to take hold of the situation. And so coming back into your body makes you feel empowered again, makes you feel like you can take decisions again, you can get active again in your own life and do what needs to be done, or do what you would like to do, and so move on with your everyday life and your chores also. This is a practice I invite you to do on a regular basis, not only when you feel activated, when you are in fight, flight, or freeze, when you are feeling this numb sensation, etc. in your body and in your mind. But because the more you practice this outside of stressful situations, the more your body will associate this as something that is super safe and that just helps you generally, not only as something that we do when we are stressed or triggered. So really, if you can practice, the more you practice it, the better. So what we're going to do is called box breathing. So you are going to imagine a box, with 4 sides, like a cube. And we are going to inhale through our nose for 4 counts. So I'm drawing this box for you. Then holding the air in full lungs for 4 counts. So our box is going to have, the sides are the same length. Then we are going to exhale again for 4 counts through the mouth this time. And then we are going to hold the exhale, empty lungs, that breath out for 4 counts also. So that's going to give you a box. So in this video, we're going to go for 4 counts, but if it's too much, if 4 is too hard for you, if you're just getting started and maybe you want to start with a count of 3 or a count of 2, then what I recommend is that you just count in your head whatever count feels good, test it. If it's 4 is too hard, go down to 3. If it's still too hard, go down to 2. And then over time, you'll see that you will be able to go from 2 to 3, from 3 to 4, maybe from 4 to 5, whatever feels good, because you will gain a greater capacity in your body and also in your mind to hold that space that in the beginning feels uncomfortable to you. Another tip is that you find a comfortable position. So if you are seated, try and rest against something, lean against something, a chair or your sofa, and have both feet, so legs uncrossed and both feet grounded on the floor. You can also do this lying down, wherever you'd like, on your bed or on your yoga mat, or if you prefer a cross-legged position, sitting down on the floor, then that is fine as well. So when you're ready, let's go. All right, so once you have found a comfortable position of your choice, what we're going to do is inhale through the nose for 4 counts, hold the breath, full lungs, 4 counts, exhale through the mouth, 4 counts, and hold empty lungs for 4 counts. So let's get started. In 3, 2, 1, go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. Again, inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 3, 4. And hold for 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. Last time, inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. normally. Well done. You got till the end.